who's left out there. So it took me some time to go digging, but this is what I came up with.
Yeah, look at this list. There's some big names on this list.
Past tense.
Well, yeah, they used to be big names.
Okay. John asked, who's left out there in free agency if anybody gets hurt? Well, Andrew Haney's a journeyman pitcher. He's never been the same pitcher that many thought he would be when he first came up with the Angels. Jose Quintana was a frontline rotation, back end of the rotation guy with the Mets. Prior to that with the Cubs, he's still unsigned. Kyle Gibson's just a journeyman. Everybody's got to have a fourth or fifth starter. He's unsigned. Craig Kimbrel has been a phenomenal closer, but I think Father Time has caught up with him. They couldn't wait to get him out of Baltimore at the end of last season. He blew so many saves. Lance Lynn is intriguing, hard-throwing veteran pitcher, White Sox, Cardinals, etc. Gives up a lot of home run balls. There's talk that if somebody was willing, he might go in and be a setup reliever because he throws the crap out of the ball, but he doesn't have a wide repertoire of pitches. Lance Lynn might still get signed. I'm a little bit surprised Anthony Rizzo, ex-Padre, ex-Red Sox, ex-Cub, ex-Yankee, still unsigned. But he's got a lot of mileage on him, John, and he's injured. JD Martinez, obviously, longtime designated hitter. I think he's got to go to the right park. The fact that Boston did not re-sign him. The Cubs talked to him, but the Cubs just signed Justin Turner. But he's got to go to a right ballpark where his fly balls will go out. A little bit surprised David Peralta's not been signed. I don't know if that's attitude or what, because he really had a nice season off the bench for the Padres. Alex Verdugo, once upon a time Dodger prospect, played well Boston. Good season, bad season, Yankee Stadium, some injury issues there. Mark Canha is a super utility guy, but you got to have an opening. Joe Kelly is a one-dimension relief pitcher, not signed by anybody. Might be an injury factor there. Pat Corbin, once upon a time, really reliable starting pitcher, but he's had a lot of shoulder problems. Washington had him at last year. Good outings, bad outings. Nobody's signed him yet. Mike Clevenger's kind of fallen off the face of the earth. You know, he was a really bright prospect with the Cleveland Indians, went to the Padres and then got hurt, went to the White Sox, pitched, then he got hurt. Nobody's touched him since. Little bit of a free spirit. I'm a little bit surprised, but it might be him. These guys might not want a minor league contract, and they may sit and say, I'll sit through spring training, and if somebody loses a pitcher or two, my phone might ring, or I might call the Detroit Tigers or Kansas City if they lose a couple of guys. But there's not a lot. There's no Hall of Fame names there outside of Kimbrel. So you tell me, John, is there anybody there that really stokes your interest? I mean, there's nobody going to save your season on that list, but that's the last of the list of the free agents.
Yeah, I think these are the names you do to plug a hole if someone gets injured in spring training. I mean, Kimbrel, I kind of thought that he still had, his stuff. I thought he was still reasonably effective, wasn't he? No.
Not at the end of season Baltimore. When they needed him, he was terrible.
Really? God, I just remember him. Maybe I made that debut when he came
out.
Sure,
he was
had
unbelievable.
That wing,
he still does.
It was like a chicken wing thing. And boy, that guy just blew me away when he came up with the Braves. Clevenger, to your point, yeah, he's fallen off the face of the earth. And all these guys, every one of them, were bright prospects at one time. I mean, Joe Kelly, he's still a gamer, I think, and he's probably got something left.
But he's a one-dimension, might be a one-pitch pitcher at this point, and he's had history of injury issues in the last year and a half. Somebody gets an injury in the bullpen, maybe somebody will give one or two of these guys a call, but there's not a lot out there right now. There will be difference makers. Of all of them, the one that I guess stuns me the most is Rizzo, because he's a good guy and he's had a very reputable career. But then again, a whole bunch of injuries there, including the concussion. He didn't hit worth a lick last year.
Rizzo, he was a former Padre.
Sure,
there are a couple of former Padres on that list. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully the Padres don't need to sign one of these guys. You would hope most teams have some young kid that's in Double-A that it's their opportunity. Give the kid a shot rather than spending $5-10 million on a name.
Well, these guys probably won't get $5-10 million. They'll probably get the $1.5 million at best. Only time will tell. And there'll be a lot of second tier teams that maybe lose some pitching that might make a phone call. But these guys, I don't think are going to make a big difference. All right, we get to halftime.